So in today's video, we're going to be talking about the top 10 common mistakes that everybody makes in Blox Fruits. Whether you are a max level player or you are just starting out in Blox Fruits, you have made at least 3 of these mistakes. So I think without wasting any more time, let's get right into it. So the first mistake that everybody does in Blox Fruits is that they do not use the Blox Fruits GACHA every 2 hours. Especially due to a few reasons, I don't do it as well, and it is a huge loss of opportunity. And whenever you spin a random fruit, there is a pretty good chance of you getting a very strong devil fruit, which can be good for farming and also can be good for trading. So why not do it? For instance, whenever I randomly spin fruits, I get fruits like dark, ice, sand, and these can be used in farming, PvP, and even in trading if you guys are new. So why not spin a random devil fruit every 2 hours? Okay, moving on into the second mistake that we have on the list, and this is a very huge mistake that a lot of you guys do. And what I mean is buying game passes. Yes, it sounds stupid, but yes, buying game passes is very dumb. Because nowadays, as you guys would know, you can trade for game passes. Like you can have some really high valued fruits like doe, leopard, dragon and stuff like that, and you can give them away for a game pass, which is very good. Like you guys won't spend any Robux and you guys will have the premium buffs of a game pass. So yeah, with the new update of the trading system and the game passes you can trade, there is no benefit in you buying them with Robux after that. So yeah, make sure not to do this mistake and actually earn your game passes by trading. Next up, we have a very common mistake that everybody does, including me, is randomly eating very bad fruits. So for example, I have the rumble fruit and I randomly get the bomb fruit, and I'm just walking around doing what a normal person does in Blox Fruits, grinding, PvPing and stuff like that. I mistakenly press the eat button and eat the bomb fruit. Yes, you heard me, I've done this as well. This is not like what a 2 or 3 year old would do. This is actually very common. Like a lot of my friends do it. I've done it several times. Like you're talking to somebody or doing a raid or fighting somebody and you just forget you have a random fruit in your inventory and you're just PvPing and then randomly just eat it, and yep, now you have one of the worst fruits in the game. Congratulations. So yeah, by all means, I would like to say that avoid this mistake. This can harm you the most, I would say. Moving on into the next mistake that we have, and this one is actually very important. I've seen a lot of people farming levels just grinding the normal NPCs like these ones. Yes, you can do quests and level up pretty fast by doing all these quests, but I think grinding bosses is a lot more faster. Like in one of my previous videos in which I went from a noob to pro in a single video, I actually grinded a couple of bosses and leveled up super fast. Like I left the first sea in like a couple of hours, which is just insane. And a lot of you guys would be like, how do we farm bosses, right? Like if we kill a boss, he spawns after like half an hour or 15 minutes minimum, so that is just wasting time, you know? So what you can do to counter this is, as you guys can see in the top left, there's a servers button. Whenever you click this, you guys will have a lot of servers in front of you, which you can join randomly. So you can just join random servers and then kill the boss there, click the servers button, join a random server, kill the boss, rinse and repeat that, and you guys will be max level in a short period of time. A very fast way of leveling up, trust me. So yeah, if you are still farming the normal NPCs, I would recommend you guys to go farm bosses because they are a lot more better. Moving on into the next mistake, the number 5th mistake we have is related to accessories. So as you guys would know, some accessories are very easy to obtain. For example, you can go buy them with BELI and stuff like that, and some are quite the opposite. They are extremely hard to obtain, such as the dark coat, which can be dropped from the dark beard. Very hard to obtain. Like you have to kill him like 20 to 30 times to get it, and it's not easy. Also, you can consider the swan glasses are the hard one, and there are a lot of other ones which are pretty hard to obtain but are extremely strong. And a lot of people, just like me in the previous days, I would just avoid this. I was like, why am I gonna waste my time on a stupid accessory, even though these accessories have a huge effect on your PvP. So once I got to max level and I was PvPing random people, they were doing a lot more damage than I was doing to them, and I was feeling the need of a really strong accessory, and at that point dark coat was like one of the best ones, so I had to grind like dark beard for 20 or 30 times to get it. Yes, it's a huge grind, but very worth it in the long run. So I would definitely recommend you guys to get accessories which you are avoiding or running away from, because they can actually improve a lot of your stats. Next up, we have a huge mistake that I've done several times and still do at this point, and this mistake is changing your devil fruits frequently. The main thing which causes this mistake is you get bored of the devil fruit you're using, or you think it's very easy, or the other way around, you think this devil fruit is very hard to use. But this mistake can lead you into a lot of issues. For example, one day you are using dark and doing really good PvP, the other day you guys are switching to ice and PvPing with that, and for example the other day you are using light, and this is constantly wasting your time. Like, you will not improve using random fruits every single day, or like I did it, every couple of hours I changed my fruit, and that had a lot of bad effects on my PvP. So I would recommend to use one devil fruit like a vacant doe or leopard or dragon, or just keep one fruit for like a week or two and learn how to use it properly, and you guys will go up bounty super fast. So yeah, don't change your fruits every single day. Moving on into the next mistake that a lot of people avoid and actually do at the same time is that people do not level up their mastery to max. This is very strong. Like, leveling up your mastery gives you extra stat points. I'll show you how that works. For example, let me equip a sword which I have really low mastery on, like this one, mastery 1. There we go. And if I check my stats, I will have 2400 stats, which are the max that I can put right now, right? And what if I use a sword which I have really high mastery on, such as the dark blade? I have 600 mastery on it, and if I'm using it, and if I check my stat, it says plus 390 right next to my sword stats, which essentially means I get an additional 390 stat points, which is nearly 15% of a damage increase in my sword. So why would you not do that? And I can show other examples, like for my melee, I have plus 390, for my sword I have plus 390 as I said, and if I were to use a devil fruit, I would have plus 390 as well. So definitely level up your mastery to 600 because it is very powerful in the long run. Moving on into the next mistake that everybody does, and this is not using ideal fruits for farming. I see like a lot of people in the first sea and the second sea, like they are using mythical fruits like spirit, venom, dragon for farming, which is just not optimal. Like, it's just wasting your time and effort and essentially slowing down your progress. If you were to use a good devil fruit such as light or Buddha, they can make you level up super fast and save a lot of your time. So whenever you guys are grinding levels and getting to the maximum level, and most preferably if you guys have the choice to, use the Buddha fruit. That is very strong for farming. Moving on into the last mistake that everybody does, and this is not like a mistake, but it's like a misconception in one way or the other. And the misconception is that people farm bosses for BELI, right? Like, they just hop servers, farm bosses and get BELI, and that is a very slow method of getting BELI. Okay, so I'm going to the quest giver and I'll show you guys what I mean. So as you guys can see right here, Captain Elephant gives me 40,000 BELI, right? And this is not actually worth it, because if you guys kill him and hop a server, kill him again, that is very slow because it takes you a lot of time to grind a boss, right? And if you guys were to do this with like the normal NPCs, right, and you take the quest as well, and if you guys have Buddha and stuff like that, you guys do the NPC quest very fast, a lot faster than you kill a boss. So if you guys are grinding BELI and stuff like that, I would definitely recommend you guys to grind NPCs rather than the bosses for BELI. And that's it from me in this video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.